Top Med Talk.
Nick Majerison here, welcome to Top Med Talk. And this is one of our highlights from the Royal College of Anaesthetists Anaesthesia 2018, the international meeting that they hosted at the British Museum this year. Monty Mythen with guest Dr. Brennan, President of the Royal College of Anaesthetists, and Professor Paul Myles, the Director, the Department of Anaesthesia and Perioperative Medicine, Alfred Hospital and Monash University in Melbourne, Australia. They're talking here about how the mood has moved from scepticism to certainty when it comes to perioperative medicine.
Paul, you were very flattering in your talk about suggesting that whatever it means, it's not a competition, but the Royal College of Anaesthetists has been leading the way in the more recent adoption of perioperative medicine in the broadest sense, whereas I think we would very much look to you in Australia and your department in particular as being some of the leaders of perioperative medicine. Now, it's very flattering of you, but what prompted you to say that apart from the invitation?
I hope, I do believe I was being quite genuine about that. I mean, I personally, I think our department back in Melbourne has sensed that perioperative medicine is the future of our specialty, but for us to be viable or competent perioperative physicians, we need to have stronger foundations in the education, training and also research around perioperative medicine. So that's, I think, something that we've had at a more personal level, and we've built up, I think, a fantastic postgraduate training program for that. But that aside, I think in part because of the wonderful NHS system here in the UK, and the college has been working with government and the other colleges to really try and work together to come up with new ways or better ways of dealing with the management of patients through the whole surgical experience. And I think that kind of national public-focused efforts led by the Royal College here in the UK has been groundbreaking. It really has paved the way for that.
So, Lee, sorry to, I know you're going to come in on this, but because I want to praise your presidency, you inherited this in its developing form, and I think if we reflect back at the beginning of your presidency, you're just coming to the end of your period as president now. We seem to have gone from a degree of scepticism mixed in with what we inherited from the wonderful J.P. Van Bassau through to what feels like certainty about this in the future. Sorry, you were going to say.
I think that's right. And I was so pleased today in one of our keynote addresses was from Dr. Steve Powis, Professor Steve Powis, who is the NHS medical director for the whole of England, so the most senior doctor responsible for the health service in England. And he praised the development of perioperative medicine specifically in his talk today. And I was incredibly proud to hear him saying that it is now starting to become part of the vocabulary of senior decision makers and politicians in this country. So I think we're beyond the tipping point now. I think we are well beyond the visionary phase. We are now into implementation, and it is now gathering pace.
Top Med Talk.
This conversation is taken from a longer piece called RCoA 4, the Royal College of Anaesthetists, World Leading Healthcare. Do remember you can meet the Top Med Talk team when we're going to be at the results of the Extreme Everest Symposium, June the 14th, live from Duke University in America. And of course, we're at all of the EBPOM meetings. Check out ebpom.org and find out how you can meet the Top Med Talk team.